Welcome back to Soda City Live. Being a parent has its own unique set of challenges, and one mother is sharing her personal experience as a parent with a child with special needs. Now, March is Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, and mother and author Jamila Philips, will be releasing a book tomorrow, or not tomorrow, rather, but it's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
Just want to be sure. Tomorrow, detailing how she was able to find reassurance despite obstacles and advocate for her child and her family. Joining me today is author and mother, and I will say advocate. I'll add that on there, Jamila Philips. Jamila, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I read a little bit about what this book is Dream Changer. Tell me a little bit about Dream Changer and what inspired you to create this book.
So I wrote Dream Changer because I needed this book. As a mom of a child with cerebral palsy, it's challenging. It is not easy. And I just needed something that I could pick up and look through and feel encouraged, feel inspired, feel supported. And I wanted to share something like that with other parents of special needs children and just anyone who's just going through a hard time, being able to find joy in the situations that you're in.
I love it. I want to kind of, I have questions about his birth, your son's birth. Now, this is, I notice all your kids' names start with the A.
Yes, the 18.
Yep, and he is the oldest, your son with cerebral palsy. Tell me what was it something that happened during his birth? And it usually, in most cases, cerebral palsy is kind of something that happens during birth. Tell us about what that experience was like for you, learning that your son now was going to have some unique set of challenges.
Wow, so no parent is ever prepared for it. This was something that happened during delivery. He experienced hypoxia, so it affected the part of his brain that controls motor movement. And I was always special needs was a part of my heart and life, so I was a special education teacher. And so even though I had experience with cerebral palsy, it hitting home as my child, it definitely was a shocker. It definitely was something that I had to wrap my head around. My dream changed right then. And so, just like I say in the book, I could have just sat there and been in, despair and not get up, not work, not advocate for him. But I decided to allow that dream change to change me and my dream and catapult me into advocating for him and making sure he has everything he needs so that he can be the amazing young man he is today.
I love it. Now, I want to also ask, from a caregiver's perspective, what are some things that you do for yourself? Because I know it's hard when you're taking care of someone else that really depends on you. What is some advice you would give for caregivers?
Be intentional.
Yeah.
You have to be, because my day is full. The moment I wake up, I'm on go. So you have to be intentional about your self-care. It is very important. And one of the things that I do is I get up before my boys get up. And in the beginning it was hard because I was like, ooh, I need another hour of sleep. But it helps me to be grounded, to take time for myself, reflect, get my mind together so that I can be the best mom I can be for that day.
I understand.
Yes.
I think that's great advice for all mothers.
Yes, definitely.
You know, for me, I have a 3-year-old. I'm like, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wait for everybody to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep later. It makes me a little bit more tired, but it gives you that time to kind of breathe and collect yourself.
Yes.
I want to kind of talk about the age difference, because I want our viewers to kind of understand what it is you've dealt with, and because it makes you the best person when it comes to getting advice. So how old is your oldest?
13.
He's 13, and then the other two, the age difference?
12. Don't recommend it. and 9. So they are two very close. So I was carrying 2 carriers. It was almost as if I had twins.
Oh my goodness.
Because I had 2 carriers all the time until Austin learned how to walk.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to be wrapping up shortly, but there's a couple things I want to talk about. I know we want to talk about the book, where people can go to get the book, but this isn't the first book you've written.
It's not the first piece I've written. I did write a multi-genre production, Lovely Ducklings, with Turning Point Center for the Arts. And that was talking about, again, the different challenges of special needs parenting and finding the joy in it, and just the different perspectives that different parents have. Some parents embrace it. Some parents are like, what in the world am I going to do? Some people are like, woe is me. Some people are like, I can't do this, you know? So I just wanted to shine the light on all of those different perspectives because they're real.
I love it. You're bringing visibility not only to families with disabilities, you know, with a member with disabilities, but the parents, the children, everything. I absolutely love what you're doing. But your book, we have a picture right there on your screen for our viewers, is Dream Changers. Where can people go get this book?
You can pre-order if you want to just go ahead and get it on Amazon and all major book retailers. It comes out officially tomorrow, right before Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, which is a month that I hold near and dear to my heart.
I love it. Jamila, thank you so much for sharing the story and giving us some amazing tips for those parents that might be watching at homes that kind of need that. They definitely need. There's someone out there that is going to take what you've used and what you've spoken about today and be able to apply it to their life. So again, thank you so much for joining me.